Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you guys are watching this. I really appreciate the support I got on my last video of the exhaust. I expected that video to do pretty well. It did a little better than I expected, which is awesome. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. This video is something I've been talking about in the last couple that I have to do before I can really take the car places. And by that I mean like any place where there's a chance of me getting stuck in traffic or being at red lights, because my cooling fans are not coming on. Long story short, last year when I went to the Corvette at Carlisle show, I got there in the morning and there was like a huge line. I ended up sitting in traffic for about an hour and a half and my fans ran the entire time. And when I finally got the car parked and turned the car off, the fans continued to run, which I never had that happen in the 11 years I've owned the car. So I didn't know if that was normal or not, but after about 20 minutes, the fan shut off. Ever since then, my fans have not worked. They've not come on, whether it be by the temperature getting too hot or if I turn the AC compressor on, because they say that when you turn your air compressor, your AC on your car, that automatically kicks on your other fan, and none of that's working. The car does get hot very quickly. So I need to get this figured out now before I do anything or go anywhere, because I just don't want it to overheat when I'm sitting somewhere. So in this video, I'm going to attempt to diagnose the problem because of the service manual I bought for the car recently, and because of some YouTube videos I've watched. I found a few things that I can try to do to diagnose it myself, and then if worse comes to worse, I'll have to have my dad come over here and he can work his magic and try to figure it out himself. So here we go. Let's see if we can get this car figured out, see why she is not cooling down, and go from there. Alright, so for any of you who are not familiar with this at all, there's a fan there and there's another fan on the other side. And then right here are the relays. This is for your primary fan, this is for your secondary fan. And from what I'm reading, if you put a piece of metal, like a wire, in your A and B port on your plug, underneath your steering wheel, and turn your key to the on position, both fans, if the relays are working, should kick on automatically. It's like a quick and easy way to diagnose it that Chevrolet has given us the ability to do. So what I'm going to do now is get some of that wire out. Here we go. So I'm going to take some of this wire right here and cut a piece about 5 or 6 inches long. And then once you have your wire, now you guys don't have to use that kind of wire. You can use a paper clip. I don't have paper clips at my house. I know, I just don't have any. It's not something we ever have at the house, because I never have a need for a paper clip, except for when I go to work on my car. But I do have this, which I never knew if I was ever going to use it for anything, but I figured I would keep it in my toolbox, and here we go. So I'm going to try to get this on camera as best I can, folks. It's kind of hard here because it's very far underneath here, but let me see what I can do. Alright guys, once you get this down, it's held in by 2 screws. Once you get this down, there's fins up here on the top, right here, and then there's nothing on the bottom. But if you hold the fins on top, the top right 2 is A and B. It's labeled on there, but I doubt you guys can see that on the camera here. But the top far right is A, and the top second to the right is B. So we're gonna put a wire in there to connect those two together, just like this. So you can see I have the wire on both ends, and now that is considered jumping. So we're connected A and B together. Now what we need to do is we are going to turn the key on only. Now when I turn the key on without starting it, my fans should come on. If they do come on, we know that the fans work and they're getting power, which is good. If they don't come on, then we have to decide if it's the fan motors or if it's the relay, blah blah blah. So for right now, we're going to do the key thing and see what we do. So let's put the key in. We're just gonna turn it up, and that's a good sound, folks. See my fans here? You can hear them running. That's excellent news. Let me get my light so you guys can see. Alright, so after getting my flashlight, I did see that the first fan here is not running. How well you guys can see that, but it's not running at all. The one down there is the one down there at the bottom is the one that's running. Now, if I remember correctly, from what I read in my service manual, the one that's not running on mine is the primary fan, and the one that is running is the one, it's called the secondary fan. So now I need to figure out why this first one's not running. It could be a motor, but I'm not 100% sure. But at least we have one running, that's good news. So now all we gotta do is just turn the key off, and you can unplug that wire from the sensor and go from there. Alright guys, so the fan that was not spinning, the one that's right here, the one that's right in front of the alternator, that is your AC fan. That's the one that turns on when you turn your air conditioning on. I never, ever use the air conditioning in this car because the top's always off and it's just pointless, and plus it takes a lot of power away from the car. The other fan that was running is the one that comes on when the temperature gets hot, like the actual coolant temperature, which is good. I'm glad that one's working. But I still want to figure out why it's not working, because this is a secondary fan that come on to help whenever the car is really hot. So just want to give a little bit of information to you guys in case you guys were wondering. So I hope that's helpful to you. Alright guys, so if you're looking at the fans this way, you got the right one and you got the left one. And if you look over here, you have the right relay and left relay. This one, the left one, operates the left one. The right relay operates the right one. Now to take these off, I already got this one off, but this thing right here, you just pull down like this, and then the whole thing just pulls out. Now it's not super simple. You got to kind of move it around a good bit because, you know, it's been in there for a while, it's tight, but once you pull this out like this, that whole thing comes down. I got this in here out, so what I'm gonna do is I wanna use a test light, and we're gonna put the test light right in this top center one here. And if the light turns on when I push this, then that means that we're getting power to the fan, but the relay itself is probably what's bad. So let's test that out right now. I did not have a test light because there's a lot of tools, guys, that I don't have yet. I'm still new. I just got myself a toolbox, as you can see, and I have some tools that I've gotten over the years, but I don't have a test light. But luckily my neighbor, who I graduated with right across the street, gave me one to borrow, along with an actual volt reader, which will also do that as well. But this is your test light and has a plug on the one end. You just simply plug this on your ground, on your battery, or just any kind of ground on your car, anywhere. And then I'm gonna touch the top of this, and if the light turns on, which it does, you need the light to come on there. Since we're getting light there, that means that we're getting the power we need here, but the power's not going into here and working correctly. So from what I've been reading, if we're getting power here, like this, then the relay itself is bad. Which is good news. I'm glad it's that, because I don't want to have to replace this wiring or anything and have any problem with wiring. But what I do want to do for kicks and giggles is actually see if we're getting 12 volts to this. Now, I'm not an expert at this stuff at all, guys. As you guys know, I don't work on my own cars very often with this kind of stuff. From what I was told, I should see 12 volts at that relay, because that's what's coming off the battery. But if I'm wrong, please let me know. I'm not an expert. I am just telling you what I've been told. Alright, now we have this voltmeter. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to turn this to V, which stands for volt. And you have a red and a black plug. The black you're going to put on either the battery terminal over here, or any good solid bolt anywhere. And then the red will go into the same place I put the test light, and we'll see if we're getting 12 volts on here. So let's see if we can do this with only two hands. As you guys could see, I had a little over 12 volts there, which is excellent. That's what we wanted to see. Now I'm going to check the other one. Perfect, they both had exactly the same, which is awesome. So I know that we're not having any issues with the actual harness itself. The harness itself is still good, and that's what we wanted to confirm here. Alrighty folks, so I had to ask for a friend to come over here, the same guy that let me borrow the test light, because he knows a little more about this stuff than I do. So what we're going to do is he brought over a little black wire here, and we're gonna hook the one end onto the red side, positive side of the battery, and then the other side is going to go into, because I think this relay is probably bad, this one right here, he's gonna plug it into the to that one right there, as you guys can see, the bottom left. And I'm gonna touch the positive and see if we get the fan to run. That fan there should turn on. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that's good news. All right. So that simply means that it's either the relay or the thermostat, the temperature sensor. So I think what we're going to do is, because both of these relays are exactly the same and we know this one works because the other fan works, we're gonna switch these back and forth. Just like that. Now this one right here, remember I said this fan right here kicks on when the air conditioner is told to come on. So I'm going to start the car and see if the AC works. I hope this works. So first of all, AC's off right here. All right, now we're gonna turn the AC on and see if the fan kicks on. There you go. You can hear it kick on. That's awesome. All right, so that simply means, see, I'll turn it off here. You guys can hear a difference. Well, it's still running, but that's because it's just doing its thing. But that means we just diagnosed the problem. And what the problem is that relay is bad, because this relay here worked correctly when I turned the AC on, and this relay here is not working. So that means that it's not the temperature sensor that I was leaning towards, and it's actually the relay. So I just have to get a new relay, see how soon we can get it here, and again, it's this one right here because this one feeds the left one. So that was simple. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate your help. All right, so there's a few places I'm going to check online for these. These here are both the same exact relay. They're the same exact thing, so they can be interchangeable. I'm going to check like Rock Auto, AutoZone, Advanced Auto, see what I can find. But what is this? Relay. What could this be? Well, I think this is what we're looking for, folks. Look at this. Well, that was fast. I think that's the right one. Wow. Hey, I'll take that kind of service any day. Well, let's get this thing installed. All right. You got me. I did go and buy it. I bought the relay at AutoZone. It was $25 for that one. They had one that was $18, but it was a 1-year warranty. This one comes with a lifetime warranty. The brand's Duralast. It's not like it's a AC Delco, but it's lifetime warranty, so if something happens to it, I'll just go get a new one. But I just want to show you guys this, since the relay is off right now. Whenever you go to remove the old one, if you put a screwdriver back here behind these tabs, right here, and pull out like that, then that releases it, so it pulls, the relay pulls up off of that little clip right there. So I'm going to try to install this while holding the camera. Let's see how that goes. The new one came with a brand new metal bracket, but I'm not going to use it because there's already one on here and this one's fine. So this should just slide right down over top of this. Should. Why it's not. There we go. So if I can get it to clip into place. There we go. All right. And now all we got to do is simply plug it back in. So to do the test to make sure 100% that it was the relay, which we've already done that before by starting the car, make sure the AC kicked it on. But now that we have both of them in there, I'm gonna actually turn the car on and see if the AC comes on. I could have two more problems here, but for this particular video, I did find the AC fan problem, and we did fix that. I'm still gonna start up here to make sure. But once I get driving it around town and stuff, and if I notice anything getting too hot, then I will go further into this. But for this video, we did diagnose the fan as being the left relay, which controls the left fan. And now we're gonna start this thing up and see, just to make sure that the AC fan does turn on whenever I start the car. Wish me luck. It's already running. Look at that. Not sure why it's running with the key off, with the key on, but oh, I know why. I still have these metal clips here plugged in. So let me unplug that real quick. That would be a good reason why. Now it won't do that. Yeah, now we're good. Okay, here we go. All right, and we're gonna turn the AC on. And I just heard the fan kick on. Right there, that fan down there. Awesome, 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 awesome. So that's excellent news, guys. We got our AC fan working again. I'm gonna turn it off. And the fan continues to run a little bit because the AC was just on, but it eventually shut off. Now the AC fan does work as like a secondary fan to the actual cooling fan whenever it gets too hot. So that's what I want to test out over the next few days and times I drive it to see if the car does get hot. But I'm going to back it out here soon and let it idle for a while and see what we can find. And by the way, if you are new to the channel, I just wanted to show you guys the exhaust because it sounds amazing. Ah, I love that sound. Love that sound. All right, I think it stopped raining because it was raining a little bit ago. I think it's done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It ain't raining. It ain't raining. All right, we're just gonna let her sit here and idle for a little while, and hopefully, I honestly don't have very high hopes that this is actually that fan's actually gonna kick on. I haven't had the car actually overheat yet, but I have been sitting in traffic where the gauge would go all the way over to 260. I think it's 260. Yeah, all the way over to 260, and the fans weren't coming on. But now that I'm glad at least I know that this one's working. But if that one does not come on, then we'll have to diagnose that one at a later time here, very soon, because I want to make sure my fans are coming on. But for this video, I got that one fixed, diagnosed. I hope that helped you guys out a lot. So I'm gonna let it run here for a little bit and see what happens. Hey, we just had the AC fan just kicked on, which I didn't realize would come on with temperature, but that's awesome news. You can see that one's running. I don't know if the other one's running or not. I don't know if I can see it from over here, but let's go take a look. No, it's not running. This one down there is not running. Maybe it'll come on later, I don't know. Oh, we got one to come on. It's odd. If you guys know why that one would come on before the other one, please feel free to let me know. I'm not a expert at this stuff, so feel free to help me out. But the temperature came on at like, well, you guys can see it here. You guys saw it. It's like halfway in between, which is good news. I'm glad it came on. That's awesome news. I don't know. All right. I don't know if everything I've told you guys up to this point is true or false. I have no idea. By the way, my dad just got here, not for this, for something else. And I turned the AC on while the car was running, and this fan down here is now running. So I now have two working fans. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. From what I read in the book, my service manual, the left fan was for the AC, the right one was for the temperature sensor. I don't know. But I'm very happy right now because I do have two fans that work right now. That one's working and that one's working. And the temperature gauge has dropped, which is awesome. And it is now, as you can see, right there. So I got the AC on, it's blowing cold air. I don't use the AC in this thing because it cuts power a lot. I don't know if that's normal or not, but it does. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm really excited. All right, so one last thing here. I'm an idiot. I'm a full-blown idiot. But I just turned the AC off in the car and it automatically shut off that fan. This one's still running, so I don't know. Maybe I just can't read a book and understand what it's saying to me. I don't know. I do speak and write English and understand English, but I don't know. Pretty much everything you've seen in this video, just kind of skim over. The actual diagnosis part of the relay is correct because I had help. I can't do stuff myself, I'm pathetic. But we do have two fans running. The other fan on the other side is the one that shut off when I turned the AC off. This one is still running because the car is idling and it's getting hot. So that's good news. think. All right, guys, so I just wanted to give you guys some actual facts here from what the book that I bought for my Corvette, the 1991 service manual, and let you guys know that the driver's side fan is the primary cooling fan, and the fan on the passenger side is the secondary fan. I'm not exactly sure how I told you guys that before, but I wanted to let you know. The primary cooling fan, which is on the left side, the driver's side, the primary cooling fan is totally controlled by the ECM based on inputs from the AC request signal, AC fan request signal, coolant temperature sensor, and the vehicle speed sensor. The secondary fan on the passenger side is controlled by the ECM based on inputs from the coolant temperature sensor and vehicle speed sensor. The ECM will only turn on the secondary cooling fan if the primary cooling fan has been on for 2 seconds and the following conditions are satisfied. AC fan request signal present and vehicle speed is less than 55, code 14 or 15, I don't know what that is, and the coolant temperature is greater than 113 degrees Celsius or 135 degrees Fahrenheit. So, I'm not exactly sure what all I told you earlier as far as all that stuff goes, but they are the actual facts from the book, straight from General Motors when the car was built. So, if you guys do not have one of these books and you have a Corvette, not necessarily 1991, but any Corvette, they are, I got a really good deal on mine. I got this one and the electric one for 80 bucks, and it's hard to find these at all for even less than 100 for one. So, you know, do your research how to find a good one, but they literally show you everything on what to do, like in your car. It's pretty crazy, everything it shows. There's really nothing in here that doesn't tell you, and it even gives you like step-by-step things on what to do when you have to do anything to the car. So really nice to have. Glad I have it. And I have my little bookmark in here just so I didn't lose my spot. But I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you are having cooling fan issues with your car and don't quite know what the problem is or what needs replaced, hopefully this gave you guys some information on how to do that. I was able to use a test light for the first time in my life. I've seen them used lots of times, just never actually physically used one, so I was able to do that for the first time on video for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys did find this video helpful and enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not like this video and thought it was terrible information, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Take care now. See you later. Bye. Just wanted to show you guys something that I did notice in here. I don't know how well you can see this, but the bottom right terminal in there, it's terminal A, it's very brown around the bottom where it touches the white, almost like it burnt up or something. Now I'm pretty sure if that is the case, that it's probably from whenever I was sitting in all that traffic at the Corvette show last year when it literally ran for 2 hours straight, not shutting off. That's probably what the problem is.